Hello students, today we'll study the first chapter from civics book on equality. Just have a look at this line of a people standing in a queue. Can you make out why they are standing in a queue? Okay, I'll tell you. They all are standing to cast their vote. You can see the people of different religion by their dressing style we can make out they are rich as well as poor people standing in a line. So that means our constitution gives us right to vote, equal right to vote, equal right to vote. It's a universal adult franchise and is an essential aspect of all democracies. The idea of universal adult franchise is based on the idea of equality because it states that every adult in a country, irrespective of their wealth and the communities she or he belongs to, has one vote. Now let's see about the other kinds of equality. One of the more common form of inequality in India is the caste system. Still today, the caste system has not vanished from some interior parts of our country. Let's see. Dalit is a term that the so-called lower caste use to address themselves. Dalit means broken. And by using this word, lower caste are pointing to how they were and continue to be seriously discriminated against. Om Prakash Valmiki, he is a famous Dalit writer, and in his autobiography, Jhutan, he writes, I had to sit away from the others in the class, and that too on the floor. Here in this autobiography, he describes his school life. When he was in class 4, he was, as being a Dalit, he was discriminated. He was not made to sit along with other students in the class and to learn. Instead of that, his headmaster had asked him to sweep the school as well as the playground of the school. The teachers as well as the students, they all used to humiliate him. He really felt very bad. But being a small child, he could not complain and could not do anything. One day, while passing through the school, his father he saw his son sweeping, and there he went, and then he uh, stopped him and took his hand and caught hold him his hand, and while going out of the school, he said, "You are a teacher, so I am leaving now. But remember this, much master." He will study right here in this school, and not just him, but there will be more coming after him. So that shows that his father was really upset with the treatment of a teacher, of a headmaster towards his son. There's another story of Mr. and Mrs. Ansari. They were looking for a rented house, rented apartment. Then, through the property dealer, they went all over the places to in search of a rent house, but they were not getting because, as their name suggests, Mr. and Mrs. Ansari, that shows that they are Muslim. Even one of the owner asked them whether they eat non-veg because it was not uh, followed or practiced in their apartments. All the people over there were non-vegetarians, so they were not non-vegetarians. So he felt humiliated ask, while this was being asked to Mr. and Mrs. Ansari. As they were not getting any apartment, the property dealer advised Mr. and Mrs. Ansari to change their name to Mr. and Mrs. Kumar so that they can easily get a house. But this was a real disrespect to them, that changing their name and then getting a apartment. So they did not change. Okay, so this tells us recognizing dignity. Om Prakash Valmiki and Ansaris are being treated unequally on the basis of differences of their caste and religion. When persons are treated unequally, their dignity is violated. Same way as Mr. Om Prakash Valmiki and Ansari both were treated uh, very badly. They were humiliated by the society, by the people. So that should not be practiced. Okay. It was their dignity or self respect that made them refuse the suggestions and all. So, Om Prakash and the Ansaris do not deserve to be treated like this. They deserve the same respect and dignity as anyone else. So, let's see equality in Indian democracy. What the constitution says about this. The Indian constitution recognizes every person as equal. This means that every individual in the country, including male and female persons from all castes, religions, tribes, educational, and economic backgrounds, are recognized as equal. So, our constitution gives us right of equality. Okay. This recognition of equality includes some of the following provisions in the Constitution. First one is every person is equal before law. Whether a person is rich or a person is poor, they all are equal before the law. Second says no person can be discriminated against on the basis of their religion, race, caste, place, birth, or whether they are male or female. So, this also is a right given by our constitution. Third, every person has access to all public places, including playgrounds, hotels, shops, and markets. All persons can use publicly available well, roads, and bathing huts, etc. Fourth, untouchability has been abolished from our country. So, if anybody practice untouchability, they can be punished. The two ways in which the government has tried to implement the equality that is guaranteed in the Constitution is first through law and second through the government programs or schemes to help disadvantaged communities. One of the steps taken by the government includes the midday meal scheme. This midday meal scheme was firstly started in Tamil Nadu and in the year 2001, and this was to um bring back the poor children to the school, and so that they should be regular, because these children, they in search, I mean, when they were hungry in the afternoon, during lunch break time, they used to go home, but they never used to turn back. So to keep the students in the school, to teach them, this scheme was started. This was a treat for them. So this program has helped reduce caste prejudice also. Dalit woman was being kept, she was employed to cook the meal for them, and this midday meal program also helps reduce the hunger of the poor students. Even today, there are several schools in the country in which Dalit children like Om Prakash Valmiki are discriminated against and treated unequally. Still, this practice of untouchability is followed in some interior parts of our country, which is a matter of great concern for our government. Even though persons are aware that discrimination against the law, they continue to treat unequally on the basis of their caste, religion, disability, economic status, and because they are women. Even the women are being treated unequally on the basis of their caste, religion. All that should not be followed by us. Issues of equality in other democracies, not only in India but in other parts of the world also, this issues of equality or inequality is being seen. Let's see the United States of America. The African Americans whose ancestors were the slaves who were brought over from Africa continue to describe their lives today as largely unequal. African Americans were treated extremely unequally in the United States and denied equality through law. They were not uh, treated equally while traveling in the bus and all. They were supposed to sit at the back seats, and if they find any white people entering into the bus, and if there is no place, they have to get up and then give their place to the white people. So that was practiced. Rosa Parks was one African American woman, and one day in the bus, it was on 1st December 1955, she refused to stand and give her place to the white person. And from that day onwards, the Civil Rights Movement started. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibited discrimination on the basis of race, religion, or national origin. Okay, so with this, a chapter ends. Hope you understood it well. Thank you.